67 plate with 53,000 miles on the clock, and 15 plate with just 33,000 miles. I bought both cars for just £4,500. At such a low price, you would expect there to be some issues. Let's drive into the first car.
Mazda 6 2017. It's a 2.2 diesel. The damage is in the front end.
The bumper and front grille were hit but are repairable, so I've already removed them. Fortunately, the crash bar remained undamaged, which indicates the impact wasn't too severe. However, the bonnet was in pretty bad shape, bent in several spots and beyond saving. On the bright side, the driver's side headlight survived, but unfortunately the passenger side headlight is completely shattered. Although the primary damage was to the front, there are some additional issues that could be costly to fix. The passenger side has both doors scratched up with few noticeable dents, but it doesn't stop there. There is more damage on the other side. The rear quarter panel and the rear doors have deep dents and some pretty nasty scratches. For the Mazda alone, I spent £3,150. Now let's move on to the next purchase.
Right, so the next car I bought is Ford 2015. I already took the headlight out and the wing out. Crash bar is not damaged, just the bumper scratched. Bonnet is luckily all good, no dents, no nothing. This headlight is okay. This side of the front bumper is as well intact, so all good with that.
From the auction photos, I could tell the suspension would be damaged, but the real question was how bad it actually was. To figure that out, I had to remove the wheel to get a closer look. As soon as I did, it became immediately clear that the suspension was in really bad shape. The inner tie rod had completely snapped away from the tie rod end, and the control arm was broken as well. On top of that, the drop link was bent, adding more to the list of issues. Even though the shock absorber didn't appear to have any visible damage at first glance, there was fluid leaking from it, which is definitely not a good sign and indicates that it's likely shot too. This kind of damage wasn't unexpected, but is definitely more extensive than I hoped for. Luckily, the interior was in great condition, no signs of wear or tear, which confirms the low mileage wasn't a scam. Apart from the main damage, the exterior of the car looked fantastic. No additional scratches or dents to worry about. With this Ford, I wanted to try something I've never attempted before: buying a second car solely for parts and swapping out everything that was still in good condition. So let me introduce you to the second Ford I purchased just for this purpose. Now, this one is a non-runner. I was informed that it had a gearbox issues, which is why someone had taken it apart but for some reason never reassembled it. Given its high mileage, around 120,000 miles, and the fact that the interior was in really poor shape, plus some bodywork problems, it wasn't worth fixing. But as parts car, it was perfect. That's why I decided to give it a shot and buy it. This car cost me £400. The new headlight and front wing alone would have cost me around £150. On top of that, this Ford came with some decent alloys and new tires, which are easily worth £250 together. So just those parts alone should cover what I spent on the entire car. And if the suspension components are in good shape, I can reuse them too and still have plenty of other parts left to either use or sell later. At least that was the plan in theory when I decided to buy this car. Now let's see how it plays out in reality and if this gamble actually pays off. But before that, let me introduce you to today's video sponsor, Topdon, and one of their products, JS3000, a car battery jump starter. This jump starter is a must-have for every person who's dealing with cars, and a very useful product for a majority of people. It can jump up vehicles up to 9-liter petrol or 7-liter diesel engines, especially suitable for large capacity vehicles like trucks, boats, pickups, yachts, and many more. To jumpstart the Ford with 1.2 petrol engine will be no trouble at all, but let's see how it's going to work with a 3-liter diesel engine. Initially, car has no power at all. Once cables are connected, a green light appears, indicating that the car is ready to start. As you can see, the car powered up immediately and started without any issues. This gem pack also comes equipped with ultra bright flashlight that delivers 400 lumens of light. When fully charged, this flashlight can run for up to 30 hours. It can also provide up to 45 gems, and when the gem pack runs out of power, it takes up to 2 hours to fully charge it again. JS3000 comes with heavy-duty battery clamps, adapter, USB-C cable, user manual, and carrying case. You also get 1 year of quality assurance, 30-day free refund period, and a lifetime free technical support. Topdon also offers Topdon Care Plus, an extended warranty plan that includes 12 months of free replacement, lifetime hotline technical support, and more. If you are interested in this jump pack, there's a link in the description, go check it out. The first task was to remove the bumper and prepare it along with the wing for the painter. To get the bumper off, I had to unscrew several bolts, a few at the bottom, 4 at the top, and a couple on the side. Once those were out of the way, the bumper came off smoothly. Radiators were undamaged, and the crash bar were in good shape as well, no unexpected surprises hiding behind the bumper. Next, I had to take off the grille and fog light covers from the bumper to fully prepare it for painting. I started by unscrewing a couple of screws holding the license plate, then removed a few more securing the grille, and released the clips to take it out. For the fog light covers, it was just a matter of undoing 3 bolts and that was done. At this point, the bumper was completely stripped and ready for the painter. As for the wing, I only needed to remove the indicator glass, and with that, both parts were ready to be sent for painting. Next up was the suspension. I started by taking off the tie rod end and dropling, then moved on to the lower control arm. This part was a bit tricky. I had to remove 3 bolts, but one was hidden. To get to it, I had to take out an extra 8 bolts, and even the washer fluid end had to come off. After that, it was time to deal with the shock absorber, and I was almost done with all the damaged suspension parts. The only thing left was the inner tie rod, but there wasn't enough space to reach it. So I ordered a special tool, which made things a lot easier. I then repeated the whole process on a silver fork and finally swapped the suspension. The tie rod, control arm, and shock absorber were in good condition, but the dropling was in rough shape, so I had to order a new one. A couple of days later, the bumper and wing were freshly painted, and it was finally time to reassemble everything. I started by reinstalling the wing, followed by the headlight, and finished with the bumper. Everything fit back into place perfectly with no issues whatsoever. The gaps aligned just right, and the car was starting to look great again. The next task was to clean off all the grime that had built up on the car while it was waiting for the paint job. After thorough wash, the car was shining like new. I didn't forget about the interior, though it didn't need much attention. A quick vacuum for the floors, a wipe down of the dust on the dashboard, and a light cleaning of the seats were all it took to freshen it up. Before putting the car up for sale, it was time to give it a thorough test. It starts up every time without any issues, and the engine runs perfectly, which makes sense since it only has 33,000 miles on the clock, so it would be surprising if something were wrong. However, there is one thing that really surprised me. Despite being a 2015 model, the car still has manual windows. It's quite unexpected for a car of this age. Okay, first test drive. Let's see how this car rolls. Unfortunately, I didn't get very far as I realized I forgot one thing: wheel alignment. Aside from that, the car drove perfectly fine. Right, so wheel alignment is done, now let's dive into the numbers. I originally purchased this Ford for 1,400 pounds, but at this point my total investment in it is around 2,100 pounds. This includes the second Ford I bought for parts, as well as the cost of painting the bumper and wing, and all the other odds and ends I had to pick up along the way. Now, as for the selling price, according to AutoTrader, same year and mileage are going for around 3,800 pounds. However, I have to factor in that this car was previously damaged and has a category and status. With that in mind, I'm planning to list it for 3,000 pounds. After some careful thought, I decided to try something new. This isn't the first time when people contact me asking about the cars if I have any available for sale, and that sparked me an idea. I want to give my subscribers a special opportunity to buy cars from me. This Ford will be the first car under this offer, and it will be priced at £2,600 exclusively for my subscribers. All you have to do is follow on my new Instagram account where I'm going to post this advert. If you are interested, I will be more than happy to share in the future my finished project cars, always with the goal of offering you the best possible deals. So guys, if you're interested, don't forget to follow me on my Instagram. As for the other Ford, it was almost entirely stripped down and ready to be taken to the scrapyard. The bumpers, headlights, doors, wings, and crash bars were all removed. I even took out the catalytic converter, as I've heard it can be worth some money. These parts will either be sold or used on another Ford if I end up buying one. By the time this video is published, the Mazda should already be fully painted. In the next episode, I will reveal how much I made from the silver Ford and show the final result of Mazda after its repairs. Hope you enjoyed the video and see you in the next one. Peace.